What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Sean here. I appreciate you press and play on my William Knight post-fight interview from CES 54 after he was victorious over Kevin Healy, adding his 4th professional victory. He's now undefeated, all finishes, 3 coming by way of first round. This would be his first submission victory as a pro. Now there's some questions to the outcome or how the fight was actually stopped. It was announced one way, it's recorded another. We're going to get into that with Will as he explains almost punch by punch the fight breakdown, as well as him himself is sort of unclear still of how the fight ended up being stopped. But again, he's 4-0, undefeated. He's on a tear. Kevin was his first opponent that was over 500 as a pro, over a 500 record. So I look forward to him hopefully continuing to improve, fighting better and better, tougher and tougher competition. And give a listen to what Will had to say about his fight and his unsurety of really how it did end.
Back as they're saying, Will, you're about to be on in 5-10 minutes. My hands are still getting wrapped. My other hand wasn't even wrapped. So, to long story short, why I was taking so long to start up in the cage is because I didn't even get a chance to hit pads. I had to go straight out there and get to business. So I was stretching out there, feeling each other out real quick. Let me get my mojo going. And then I threw a spinning back kick. He caught me with a hook, but I blocked it and my hand jabbed myself in the eye. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he was laughing. So I was laughing like, oh, all right, let's see where this is going. We're gonna stand up. I throw a kick thinking he would step in to counter it, and I threw a back kick and I slipped on the CES thing. It wasn't too bad, so I fell. I thought he was gonna let me up, but he went into my guard, and then from there we had our little scrabble. I turned him, and then one thing led to the next. As I was getting up, I stood up straight. He had me in with the arm, I believe he was going for a triangle, but he had my body then reached underneath for my legs, and I know that because my jiu-jitsu instructor does it to me a lot. But he's always saying, you got tree trunks for legs, so I just use it to escape. I don't even try to submit him. So as I stacked him, he reached underneath, and he went for the, I believe, I don't even know, a knee bar or whatever it was he was setting up, and I stacked it, so I sat down. But in terms of me sitting down, his arm was here, so it's like, you could say, pressured or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I could keep him here and just swing on him, because he can't go nowhere. If he goes anywhere, it's gonna put pressure on his shoulder. So as I threw the first punch, I thought I hit him in his eye or something. So I threw a hard punch, and I see his hand go up and down. So I was hammer punching because the ref didn't stop. I'm like, maybe he's like, maybe I'm not stopping till the ref says
Absolutely
stop.
not.
So as I'm done, the ref's like, he punched me in the back of the head. I was like, I didn't punch you in the back of the head. I had a clean hit from the right, and I was hammer punching, and the ref stopped it. He's like, oh, he punched me in the back of the head. And I was like, I went to my corner. I was like, if I hit him in the back of the head and they have to start this thing, we can keep going. And they were like, nah, he tapped the punches. And they went to review it. They said he tapped his left hand, he tapped to the punches. So that's how it ended. My striking is Muay Thai. If you want to know striking, just watch Muay Thai fights and you see where our striking comes from. Gil Pinheiro, the first fight, you see how that fight went. Cut man open, was doing the business, but got exhausted. One thing I work on is my conditioning. If you don't have conditioning being that big, then better put it all out in that first 5 minutes, so you're going to be 2 slugs for the next 2-3 rounds, depending on if you're the champ or not. So when Gil got tired, I'm like, all right, he displayed what our striking's about, so maybe we can get this thing going. So when I came out, we were going a little here, feeling each other out, and then it went there. But I still don't know if he tapped to the punch or to the pressure on his shoulder. But when he got up, he said I hit him in the back of the head, so I don't know what really went down for that.
Now, because there was so much confusion, even coming from Will about the outcome of the fight, I wanted to take a little bit of time because I couldn't catch up with Kevin that night at CES 54. So I did end up reaching out to Kevin to get some clarification. Now, he will be on this week's Friday Night Throwdown with myself, Chuck, and Jimmy Manning. So you are going to want to make sure that you will get to hear from Kevin's mouth how the fight ended. He told me that the ref said he verbally tapped due to strikes when he was actually trying to tell the ref that, hey, I'm getting hit in the back of the head. He also said that he in no manner thinks that Will is a dirty fighter or Will maliciously was trying to land blows in a particular spot. It was just a lot of confusion, and it's going to be very interesting for you to hear not only from his perspective about the fight and how it was stopped, why it was stopped, why he believes it shouldn't have been stopped because he was never in any danger, according to what he's explaining. But again, Friday night throwdown, myself, Chuck, Vera, and Jimmy Manning, you're not going to want to miss that. To close out the interview with Will, we talked about, of course, upcoming, being in January. We asked him about fast forwarding to December, what he wants his 2019 to look like.
Just trying to fight, man. I just want to keep fighting and just keep win, lose, draw. I just want to keep fighting. As long as both fighters get back to their family healthy, I'm having fun. You seen us smiling in there. We was laughing and they booed us. I guess we're not allowed to have fun, huh?
Well, thank you so much. Shout out to anybody who supports you and to
big shout out.
Thornton.
I want to shout out to Thornton's Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness. They took me in when I was 300 pounds and got me to where I am today. Carmen Hermanza at Iron Will Fitness in Manchester, Connecticut. She's phenomenal. Conditioning, being explosive, building. You see it? This is her work. This is her work. Whatever you need, she got you. And then you got Bushido. My grappling comes from Jerry Navarro. Bushido. You got BJJ, judo, and wrestling. He's phenomenal himself. And then my Thornton team and everyone that helped me. Thanks.
Combat Sports Nation, there you have it. Will Knight, now 3-0, undefeated. I believe he's on a 11-fight win streak. He's just been all around impressive. We look forward to, once again, him continuing to fight the next level, next tier of fighter to help him improve. And we appreciate, as always, you following along, you press and play. Continue to look out for our CES 54 post-fight coverage. And yeah, as always, subscribe to us on social media, and thank you so much.
Follow us on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Visit us on Twitter. And stay tuned.